We're live. Hello. Happy Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are joining me in the world. I hope you're doing well. What do we say on this stream, guys? We say 2025, it's the year of feast or famine. And I thought we were going to get nothing this week, but Howie Claus, he came in the clutch with what better than a couple of Star Wars things. You know that I know that you know that I am never more excited than when it's a Star Wars week. So, Star Wars in 60 seconds. I know that's going to be the main feature of the show. That's why you're all here. And look, I'm a streamer of the people, so we will do Star Wars in 60 seconds. I will do my best to give you the bestest, most uniquest, interesting Star Wars commentary you can get, because I know that's my calling in this community. I am embracing the call, the challenge. I will do this for everyone. But also, as I say, Howie Claus gave us a few things at the end. But I thought, you know what, this quieter week might give us an opportunity to potentially take a moment to kind of look back at the year in collecting and the things we've gotten. And so what I thought I would do is show, I guess, some of the figures that I feel like are standouts. And I want you to tell me what you think are the standouts. And then also share, I guess, some of the pre-orders that were announced this year that kind of really got me hyped and excited. And then we'll look at what's slated to come out between now and the end of the year, because there's some really amazing figures that hopefully, if Howie Claus is good to us, we'll get before the end of 2025. So I thought, let's look back, because I feel like it's been a really solid year for releases. So it was funny because even when I was going back and looking at things that came out, like there's so many figures that I was like, oh, that was a great figure, and that was this year as well. I think you get a little bit of recency bias. So I picked 5. It could have picked so many more. So I thought I'd pick 5 releases that I thought were really fantastic this year. And as I said, I've got a handful of new figures that were put up for PO that I am super excited for. But I am going to need your audience interaction this week, because it was a slow news week. So we'll have our audience participation question as well. But as I said, let's have an open dialogue about reflecting a bit on what 2025 has brought us in collecting. And also, don't forget, the Tim Tam giveaway is open. I've already had maybe like 20 entries. So if you want to win some Tim Tams, TikTok, the clock is ticking. The entries will close on Wednesday at 12 noon GMT +8, which is where I live. So why not spend your weekend? Put a couple minutes aside to enter the Tim Tam giveaway. You'll get 7 packets of Tim Tams of your choosing. Apparently, there's going to be a new mango and cream flavor. Don't know how I feel about that. Don't particularly like the white chocolate. So make sure you enter. We're going to draw the Tim Tam raffle. It's not even a raffle. No one's bought a ticket. We're going to draw the competition live on next Friday's stream. And then that person's going to have a week to get in touch with me, to tell me what Tim Tams they want, tell me where they live so I can post it to them. And I will then send that box of delicious Tim Tams on their way to wherever the winner is in the world. What could be more exciting or delicious than that? I don't know. I don't know. I'm also stunned and amazed that I have had this packet of Tim Tams in my possession for a week and a half. Therefore, proving my point that I'm okay until I open the packet. But when I open the packet, all bets are off. The Tim Tams are gone. So I've held on to my prop for a week and a half. I'm very proud. And if you don't believe me, look, both sides, factory sealed. I impress even myself sometimes with how much I can resist. But I said, but when the packet's open, and I've even got a cheeky little cup of tea here that would have been perfect for Tim Tam Slam. But no, we'll try to resist. We'll try to resist. Let's see who's here to hang out on this Friday. Already got quite a few comments, which I do appreciate. It looks like YouTube is still doing the funky thing with the usernames. Why? Even with the competition, like I was looking at some of the usernames, and then like thankfully the avatars kind of reminded me who people were, because I was like, what are some of these names? But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I preferred when I saw people's screen names rather than the handles, so I hope that gets changed at some point. But Carlos is first in the chat. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Helen and chat, sending my usual salutations from a 42-degree morning / 69-degree afternoon, New Jersey. I know, Helen, you're not a Star Wars fan. That's the word on the street. But this Han Solo looks amazing. I have Chewbacca pre-ordered and the Return of the Jedi Han Solo on payment plan. So now I need to figure out whether I shift gears and go get the Hoth Han Solo. Decisions. I'm hoping they give us a layer as well. Anyway, look forward to catching the replay and see when they will start shipping Batman Returns. Oh, soon, I hope. Let's make sure we all hit the like button and subscribe. I mean, I'd appreciate it. Both are free. Both are amazing. You got to be subscribed to win the Tim Tams. So, I mean, I feel like there's no better incentive to be subscribed to a YouTube channel than the promise of Tim Tams. It was interesting. I feel like normally when there's Star Wars announcements, it's like, but what about this one? But everyone seemed, I mean, in the short reaction time they had, people seemed pretty happy with Han. How many Hans is this now? I feel like there's been a few. There's been a few Han Solos. My goodness. We've got the Toy Collector. Happy Friday, gang. Have a great stream. Thank you. Hope you're having a great day. We've got AJ as well. Greetings, Helena's friend and friends. Hope all is well. Same to you, AJ. Hope all is well. I'm good here. Bobby Dillon, the nicest guy in collecting. Happy Friday. So many items Miss Allison will be thrilled about. Look, I don't know if you've seen that episode of The Simpsons where Homer, he becomes like a union rep or something because he's fighting for the dental plan at the power plant because he doesn't want to pay for Lisa's braces. And then when he wins, he's like spinning on the floor going, woo, 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 woo. That was Miss Allison this evening. She's only just quietened down now. My goodness. She needs a cup of tea and a lie down to calm her nerves. Sharon's here. Hey, Miss Helen. So, of course, Hot Toys finish off the week with a Darth Allison special. Maybe that is what we should call it. Han Solo, most Star Wars collectors have been waiting for Empire Han, plus their latest funny trooper. Yeah, I know. I thought we were going to get nothing. Then we got Han, and then we got a trooper. Very quiet week otherwise. Uncarded Reviews is here. Oh, goody, more Star Wars news. Miss Allison must be bursting at the seams. She is indeed. Pretty sure this is Gilbert. Hey, Helen, what I've been looking for. I'm still waiting almost 7 months for Black Suit Toby, Feral Predator. Things going slow here in the EU. Oh, my goodness, that is. I feel like even Black Suit Toby has maybe hit pop culture. And this is where it's been interesting talking to cousin Anthony, who's also in the Netherlands. I was really surprised to hear that often like Europe gets stuff after Australia, which to me is just wild. I always thought we got things last, but it sounds like it's a race to the bottom between Australia and Europe. And I'm surprised to hear Australia often gets stuff sooner, which really surprises me because it's all got to go through Sideshow before it gets here. So lol. I'll take a fish and chips and Scotch egg flavored Tim Tam. Well, now you're just being silly. That's not delicious at all. Mike Failer, did I hit chocolate? Hey, everyone. Thanks for the giveaway opportunity, Helen. I had to jump in on that one. I know. I have to say, like, I've got a nice amount of entries. Thought there'd be more because we've been talking a lot about the Tim Tams, and I am kind of going, should I have done a Tim Tam slam in the video? Would that have helped? I don't know. But great if you've entered because your odds are looking pretty good right now. The odds are looking pretty good. So good luck to everyone who's entered. And as I said, you've still got till Wednesday, midday my time. Get your entries in. Okay, I was right. I was pretty sure from your avatar that was you, Gil. But as I said, I don't love not seeing the display names. It's because as this stream gets later and I get more tired, I'm just going to forget who everyone is. Anthony's here. Hi, Anthony Stanfield. Hi, Helen. Deadpool and Wolverine Deluxe arrived today. Oh, well, that's a nice one. And we're going to talk about impressive releases this year. Maybe Wolverine is on that list. We've got JB, afternoon all. Wow, Bispin Han, thank the maker. Howie Claus loves you and wants you to be happy. A true collector has a New Hope, Hoth, Bispin, and I think it's Return of the Jedi Han. Helen knows she's getting them all. I mean, I live for Star Wars. Like this not liking Star Wars is just a ruse. Like you guys haven't seen the rest of my house. I've got like life size BB-8 and C-3PO and some other dude. It's amazing. It's brilliant. It's wonderful. Six Gal Shills. Hey Helen, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Gilbert says, I've got 14 pre-orders from this year and the new Han Solo makes it 15. I have to be honest, I typically don't have a lot of things on pre-order, but I feel like this year I have a lot. I have to be honest. Some things are carried on from last year. Hello, So Toys. But we're going to talk about that. I'm really keen later on to hear what new things have been put up for PO. Why am I doing that? That people are hyped for. I'm super keen to know because I've got a few things which I don't think will surprise anyone as to what I've picked. But I do want to know what you guys are all excited for. Sounds like everyone's excited for Star Wars. Mitchell's here. It's a great day for OT Star Wars. The Empire Strikes Back collectors. Bespin Han is a must-have. He'll pair great with the Empire Strikes Back Chewbacca. Am I getting the Star Wars abbreves right? This is so not my jam. A new Bespin Hoth Leia is on the way. I mean, maybe. Natalie Harris is here. Afternoon, Helen and Shuri and collectors from the UK. Yeah, I mean, I hope little Shuri will be here. It's raining, which is not typical for this time of the year. It's also very cold, also not typical for this time of the year. So little Shuri's just, she doesn't know what to do with herself, but bless her. But hopefully she'll make a little appearance at some stage because, you know, I know everybody likes to see little Shuri. Sharon says, it's weird our releases here in the US, like we're still waiting for Black Widow Artisan while some people have already got final payment invoices for coin versions of General Grievous. I'm not that up with the way things are releasing with Sideshow, I'll be honest. So I'm not sure what the ETAs are. Uncarded Review says, I'm still trying to recover from all the Wonderfest reveals. Hot Toys has literally saturated the market to suck up collectors' disposable income. Good on them for that. Hot Toys has infinite figures. Yeah, and I guess this is where I find it interesting where people want to talk about, you know, and I don't want to bag other companies, but like, oh, just wait for InArt. InArt's better, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, InArt, can they ever reach the volume that Hot Toys has? I don't know. So this is where I'm like, you know, we all want stuff to get made, and that means volume. And I think would InArt or J&D or anyone ever get to a Hot Toys volume of production? I can't see it happening. Not with J&D with the silicon, not InArt with all the rooted hairs and their batch system, which still seems to take a while. So good on Hot Toys, man. Flood the market. Make everyone happy, Howie. I hate these usernames. I think it's Eric. It's not Eric. I'm so sorry. Good morning, Helen. Collectors Han is a great surprise. It means Prime Indiana Jones could be around the corner. Impulse bought Battling Deadpool. The overall package is a winner and in stock. Oh, nice. Mitchell says we just need Hoth Han 2.0. Hoth Han 2.0 Leia, Hoth Luke, Tauntaun? I don't know what any of these things are. My goodness. Jeff to Space is here. Hello from Wisconsin. I've been looking in my area for Tim Tams. Might have to order them. I mean, you could. I think you might have entered, but you can. Maybe you'll win some next week. I can only hope. I've been told Target and maybe Costco's have Tim Tams in the US. Bob, oh my God, she said B-spin. I don't know how to say it, Bob. You know how little I know about Star Wars. Remember 89 Harvey Dent? because I remember your reaction and I was like, dude, it's not an act. I have no idea about any of this stuff. I really don't. Mike says, speaking of POs, I'm kind of digging only having 2 more POs to have fulfilled. Thankfully, nothing else is catching my eye. Hopefully, I didn't just jinx myself. I mean, sometimes I like to say Howie Claus wants your heart, mind, and wallet, and he typically wants them in the lead up to Christmas, so you never know. Howie Claus might be ready to drop some big surprises on us all. And as I said, I was looking at what is due to release before the end of the year, and there's some cool stuff. And I feel like maybe people still aren't pre-ordering, which I still think pre-order if you really want it, pre-order. And then when stuff comes out and it's amazing, there's the mad scramble. Still seeing people wanting Wolverine for a good price. I'm like, it was up for pre-order for so long. Why did you not pre-order if you really wanted it? I don't think InArt will ever reach the volume of Hot Toys, and I wouldn't want them to. I much prefer quality over quantity. That's fair enough. Bob, weird, is that a new thing or a channel setting? Oh, I don't know, Bob. Like, it started last week with the usernames, and then people had said to me they'd noticed it on YouTube. Like, I didn't even think if it was a channel setting just for me, because I know there were some issues with YouTube last week, so I wasn't sure if this was a hang-up of that. But yeah, maybe I'm going to write it down. Check channel settings. Because if I don't write it down, I'm not going to remember, because it is almost 10:30 at night. Bob, oh my God. John Wick Chapter 1 was on TV like right now, and it was very hard to pry myself away because I wanted to see the Hot Toys outfits on screen. But then I only got up to the point where John is chasing Russian Theon Greyjoy, as I like to call him, out of the pool at the nightclub. And then I had to come stream, so I don't get to finish it. But yeah, John Wick Chapter 1, what a movie. AJ says, honestly, I may end up sitting this Han out. He looks great, but I've got multiple Hans now, and there are too many other figures competing for my money. I mean, that's why I literally was like, I feel like there's been a lot of Hans made. Do I know the difference? No, of course I don't. But I do wonder. I'm like, which one is the definitive one? I don't know. Is there a tariff charge on Tim Tams in the US? Well, I mean, I don't know if there is if you buy them there. But I mean, if I send them to you, I'm assuming not, because I'm sending them as a gift. And I'll declare them under whatever amount you need me to declare them under. That's fine. People trying to tell me how to pronounce the Star Wars stuff. I'm really not that interested. I'm sorry. Uncarded Review says, I already have 2 6-scale artisan. Oh, God. What are they? Toons? Talons? I don't know. And they're huge. Is that the cave thing? I know that's a really highly specific. Is that like the cave diorama thing? Because I did see that at Secret Base. Did I know what it was? Of course I didn't. They are huge. I'd be surprised if Hot Toys actually put them into mass production, but a Wampa? Oh, I'm just loving the Star Wars talks, guys. It's amazing. Oh, AJ, really, it seems to come and go. It's odd, the name issue. Thank you for that, because I feel like with the time differences, I don't watch a lot of streams live. And I've noticed this during the week with people commenting on my videos that it's been the funky usernames. And I'm just like, oh, I wish it would stop. Mike, Helen, I'm a perfect example of that. Grievous was up for PO for the longest time, and I just waited too long, and I'm on the wait list. If you're willing to part with your Grievous, let me know. I mean, Miss Allison has about 13 on PO. So she might sell it to you for a flipper-friendly price. I can ask her after the stream. She might even throw in some orange chocolate for you, because she's really nice like that. We've got Figure It Out is here. Hey, everybody. Hello to you. Hope you're doing well. Mike says, Helen, just slip the guy at the US port their own packet of Tim Tams, and I'm sure he'll turn a blind eye. I mean, I sometimes wonder when I send things like Tim Tams, I'm like, I always wonder if they're tempted to, like, take something, like a little candy bar or something. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that, like, I know Australia Post is shipping to the US again, but I felt like I had seen something even while they weren't that said you could still send, I want to say, personal things that are declared at under $100 US, and they kind of just went through and I don't think had tariffs. So, God, I'd hope no one got slug tariffs for some Tim Tams. They're not that high value. I mean, delicious in, like, high in deliciousness value, but not in monetary value. Looks like it's going to be a Star Wars in 60 minutes stream. Absolutely not. 60 seconds. Even in a no news week, Star Wars gets 60 seconds. And respectfully, I've spent so much of this intro talking Star Wars, so I feel like we should just skip the whole thing, if I'm completely honest. Okay, I'm reading comments, and I don't think is it Towns? The cave thing. I think it's a creature. So lol. Lol. Valkyrie's here. Good morning, Helen. Good morning to you, Valkyrie. Hope you're doing well. On that note, let me give a little shout out to my channel members, one of which who is Valkyrie. Thank you so much. I know Bob has gifted like 3 bajillion memberships, so this is who I think are my paid members. So if I have a paid member that is not on this list, I'm so sorry. Please let me know. So shout out to the Broke Collector, AJ Agrusa, Pop Culture Living Room, Kevin LaFranc, Aaron Broverman, Tijuana Mike, Keith Lee, Valkyrie Magnus, Ms. Batwoman, Bob Dylan, and Blue Tattoo. Really appreciate you being members of the channel. And you get to see cute little exclusive videos of Shuri. And I'll do something else soon. What, when? I don't know. I can't promise. I'm not that organized. Good day for us. I mean, I'm assuming you mean the Star Wars Trekgate people. Yeah, amazing day. Guys. Yes, she's still banging on about this because do you know what I saw this week? I saw someone say they didn't realize that William was one man's hobby. So, William Wang, has anybody seen him? No, don't be ridiculous. It's 2025. William has taken the money and run, literally, not in Australia anymore. No one knows where he is. Please don't pre-order anything new on that website. If you have ordered something, please try to get a charge back. I know some people who have been very persistent with their banks are able to get some traction. And of course, as I always say, if you ordered the Jazz Inc. Catwoman through William Wang, he's defaulted on those payments. Jazz Inc. has confirmed that. And if you contact them, you can transfer your order to an order direct with them. If you just provide them with some proof of deposit, they have been creating the orders on their side for people and honoring the deposits that they've paid, which is a very amazing thing that Jazz Inc. is doing. So I'm going to keep this going for a while because, as I said, I was really taken aback that I literally saw someone say they didn't realize that William Wang was one man's hobby. So just let's not order through this website, this person. I just hope that website gets taken down one day soon. That would be just a joy, a delight. I'm here for it. You know, but as I say, I keep the PSA in case new people come along. I don't want them to not know. So let's do a little audience participation question, shall we? Let's get warmed up. Got about 35 people in the chat, and I want to know, if disaster struck and you could only keep one figure, which would it be and why? And I know that's tough. Like, Uncarded Reviews has like 200 pre-orders, let alone how many figures he has in his collection. So how is he picking just one? But I just, you know, it's that disaster situation. There's a fire, there's something. All you can do is grab one thing. I want to know what you're grabbing. I thought this would be an interesting question because I feel like when I think about it, I'm very much, it's a hard one because I love my 89 Batman. I love my Dark Knight Rises. And I feel like if I could only have one figure, I think it would be the original quarter scale, the QS1, Keaton Bale Dark Knight figure. I think that would be it for me. I feel like the quarter scale figures have such a big presence. And the other thing I like about it, and maybe this is a simple thing, but I love that you've got not only the rock diorama base, but it comes with a mask for each of the three villains. So you get the Scarecrow mask, you get the Bank Robber Joker mask, you get the Bane mask. So I feel like you can place them around the base, and that piece in and of itself, to me, is like a mini display that tells a bit of a story. So I think if I could only have one figure, or I could only rescue one figure, or something's happened and this is the only one you can have, I do think it would be the QS one. I still think it looks really good. Another old but gold figure. It's the saying I've been using the past week or two. And you've got the swap out Christian Bale head sculpt, so I can have him with that. I can have him with the cowl, so you've got some different swap out looks for him. I think if I could only have one figure, I think that would be the one. So I'm keen to know whether you're watching live or in the replay. I want to know, and a huge shout out, because so many people are still participating in the replay, which I think is fantastic. So big shout out to everyone who's made a point of commenting. I really appreciate it, particularly my question I had last week. People had some interesting points of view about whether or not to display things in an open environment, and I really like hearing people's thoughts. So let's see what people are saying. Oh, we've got a William Wang related comment. Uncarded Review says it's a smart strategy on Jazz Inc.'s part because they get some goodwill and retain the customer, and the collector gets the figure. 100%. I've said many times, like, they've done a real solid for the community in doing that. I think a lot of other places would say, well, too bad, too sad. So I think it's fantastic that he's been willing to help people. 100%. JB just changed my YouTube handle. Well, hello there, JB Joker. Valkyrie Magnus says Superman Justice League. Oh, okay. Good choice. Good choice. Oh, Gilbert's not liking my question. No, not like this. Good question. I mean, it's a dilemma, right? What would you pick? Figure It Out says, I'd keep my Alan Dutch. Oh, God, I'm going to say this wrong. I'm so sorry. Is it Sheila figure? Old but gold. Oh, yay. And no 2.0s yet. Yeah, I saw someone else use old but gold on Facebook, and it made me really happy because I feel like that's a cool saying. Old but gold. I feel like there's so many old but gold figures. Jaron says, my only figure would probably be my Darth Empire Luke Artisan. Okay. I wonder what Miss Allison would pick. I wonder what she would pick. Oh, do you know what she'd pick? BBBD, Big Bloody Beautiful Dewback. Pretty sure that's what Miss Allison would pick. Mike says, this is tough at the moment. I'd probably grab the recent Endgame Wanda. Oh, wow. Since my latest was Supergirl being a close second, I'd have to have a hand free to grab some orange chocolate too. I mean, I would expect nothing less. But yeah, Endgame Wanda, like, that's a great figure. I unboxed her on the channel a couple weeks ago. I'm trying to work out my Endgame display. I feel like I need Wanda a bit higher. I did swap out the flight pole because I feel like the flight pole that comes with Wanda was not tall enough. But I still want to give her a bit more height. So I feel like I need a bigger riser for Wanda so she can be a bit more visible in the display. We'll get there. It's fine. Anthony says, if I was running past my collection with the fire licking at my heels and I had one hand free to grab a figure as I ran out the room, it would probably be Artisan Joker. Well, I mean, I think that's a great pick. I think that's an amazing pick. I'm pretty sure this is Eric. Good question. Enough Gandalf until I get Enough Legolas. This is hard to decide. I mean, a lot of people like that Gandalf, so that's fair enough. Oh, I think Bobby's got the best one. Mini Howie Claus is coming with me. I mean, Bob's custom Howard figure is pretty amazing. I love it. And as Bob says, he goes with everything because he made everything. I love seeing pictures of the Howard figure. It's so cool. Bob's even got him with a little, is it a secret base shirt? And like mini detops with like the figure boxes in it. It's like perfect. You probably have to try to grab some of those mini figure boxes for Howie as well, Bob. I'm probably going to butcher this. Dutch Oh, Dutch Schaefer. Oh, that's the name. Oh, see, I'm just not good with names. I'm sorry, Dutch Schaefer. Like Paul Schaefer and the CBS Orchestra, right? Did anybody used to watch The Late Show with David Letterman? AJ says, can I use a statue for this answer? 100% you can. If yes, my Prime 1 Goku statue. You can pick that. If not, probably Empire Strikes Back Yoda because he comes with sentimental value and that can't be replaced. Yeah, I can totally understand sentimental value. But no, you can totally go with the statue. That's fine. Any collectible, really. It doesn't have to be. I mean, I picked quarter scale. So given I pick quarter scale, you can definitely pick a statue. Ash says, finally got my, oh God, all the abbreves. Battle Damage Deadpool, I think is what you're saying. Death Figure of the Year for me. Everything you get with the light up base is so awesome. That's the one with the portal, right? The background portal. Am I thinking of the right one? Because, there's just been a few Deadpool variants. It's hard to keep up with some of them. Bob says, Hot Toys made the Rebel base shirt and bag, so they are legit, plus the art box magnets in the DTOF. Forgot it was Rebel base. I thought it was a secret base one for some reason. Yeah. Replica Howie Claws looks really good. Gilbert's picking Pennywise. Okay, interesting. Gilbert, is that Hot Toys or InArt? Because both have done the Pennywise. Ash has confirmed. That portal's cool. I feel like I've seen other people use that portal for... I'm trying to think what... I feel like I've seen someone use that for a totally different character and it still looks cool. Can I remember what? No, because it's late at night and lol. Mike says, this is probably paranoia on my part because this question comes up fairly often, but I do keep a trash bag in the cabinet below my display so I can see I'm not the only one, right? You've got me thinking. I do have a lot of boxes around the place. This room so needs to be cleaned. I mean, like, I respect that you've got a plan because I don't have a plan, and that's smart because if you've got the bag, you could probably just wipe a shelf with your arm and just get everything in the bag. So I do feel like that's kind of clever. Gilbert says, if you ask me next year, it'll be Robocane. That's the figure I've always wanted. Oh, that's cool. The Pennywise is the Hot Toys one. Okay, that's cool. Figure It Out says, I got the Battle Damage Deadpool. Amazing figure, but not impressed with the power of the LED base. Oh, really? Interesting. I haven't seen that one in person, so I can't comment on that. All right. Oh, I'm delaying the inevitable because you know what's going to come next, right? When Howie gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And that's what I feel like Howie gave me this week. He gave me lemons in the form of Star Wars Trekgate. But that's okay. Because we do Star Wars in 60 seconds. Is it my signature segment? I don't know. Costa's here. Kalimera, Costa, Tikanis. My Blitzway Ghostbusters, they count as one. I will let you count them as one, Costa. That's completely fine. Costa, I have now officially tried all of the different tasty cakes. I had the fudge bar and the buttercream cupcakes, and I tried them this week. And I have to say there's some... That's probably why I was able to resist opening the Tim Tams, because I had all the tasty cakes, but I've been good. I've been trying to ration them out because I can see that becoming a daily habit of me and the tasty cakes just having the best life. But hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Oh, Figure It Out says his diorama only lights up a third of the way up. Oh, maybe there's an issue with the connection there. I don't know. That sounds bizarre. S-Beam's here. Hello all. Hello to you, S-Beam. You're here right when we're on the precipice of Star Wars in 60 seconds. It's like the Force was with you and drew you to the stream for what is coming. The universe is an amazing place. Oh my goodness, we have to do this, don't we? I always feel like I have to center myself, be one with the Star Wars. The force is flowing through me. Oh, because I'm so willing to divert. Helen, did you have a preference between the tasty cakes Costa sent you? I really loved the peanut butter ones. I think they were called candy cakes. So they were really good. I feel like after that, and maybe this is a bit controversial, they're down there. That's why I'm looking, because I've got a space here. I really liked the fudge bars. They're really good. I mean, they're all good, but I mean, I feel like the peanut butter ones for me for number one, and then I liked the fudge bars because they say they were like a cookie, but they're not really like a cookie. But I really liked the fudge bars. But then the buttercream ones, I wasn't sure what I'd think of them. I thought maybe I think they were too sweet, but they were really nice too. So I feel like overall, like they're all delightful, but I think for me, I do love that peanut butter chocolate combo. So those candy cakes were probably number one for me. All right, here we go, guys. You know how this works. I already know what Han Solo would say against Helen. I know. Well, I mean, I don't know what he would say, so that's fine. I'd say, Han, you do you. Me do me. Oh, Mike, good choices. I like the candy cakes with the thin layer of white cream. Oh, I don't know. The coffee cakes Costa sent me had some white cream in them. And then the buttercream ones, I'm assuming that's what's in the middle. But delicious. I really liked them. I'm getting two of the Han Solos. Need both looks. I mean, why not? Why not? One moment to brace myself. I've got to be ready to enunciate my words for the Star Wars. You know how this works? Helen's ring light is always in an awkward spot, but we have a minute on the stop clock. And I'm going to talk about Star Wars in 60 seconds because that's what I do on this channel. And if you're new, I'm sorry, this is how I roll. I really don't make apologies for it. Let's go. So this year we had a hot Han summer. And as we know, the Northern Hemisphere, they're transitioning to winter. And that means that it's time for a Hoth Han winter. And I know you're like, Helen, what entails a Hoth Han winter? And I'm like, I'm so glad you've asked, because as you know, Han models exclusively for the Bass Pro Shops. And that's where you'll find this fur jacket. It'll be exclusively available at Bass Pro Shops. Make sure you get down there early to get your jacket. But when we're changing up our look for winter, it's not just about the clothing, it's also about the hair. So Gorn is the big bouffant hair. We're going for a bit of a curl because you know what they say. Curls get the girls. And I always think this looks like a bit of a Joey Friends, how you doing? So he doubles as how you doing, Han. Or is he Star Wars Star-Lord? Because this gives me Star-Lord vibes. A Trooper thing also came out, Pew Pew. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Never a chore, the Star Wars. Never a chore. Always a pleasure. Mike says this Han looks fantastic and it should satisfy everyone for a while. Are collectors ever satisfied? Don't tell anyone, Helen, but I'm not an OT collector, so this is a pass for me. That's just between us. I promise me and Shuri will not tell a soul. Hot Han Summer, yeah. Were you not here for the Hot Han Summer? Dude, we had a Hot Han Summer and now you weren't even there for it. That was some of my best work. Why do I feel like they will release an Ultimate DX Pro version announced after we all pre-order? I feel that way about Artisan Bucky. I feel like I dropped all this money on a pre-order for Artisan Bucky, and I feel like down the line they're just going to release a sculpted version, and I will cry myself to sleep. That's legit what I feel like. Nice plug for Bass Pro Shops. Why not? Guns are a lifestyle. Han has a gun. Who am I to judge? Well, wait a minute. The Wolfpack Trooper was released. Yeah, I don't know what this is, but this guy came out as well. Pew pew. Clear, concise, and dripping with sarcasm, just how I like my Star Wars. I mean, I like to think that, when people see a Star Wars announcement, they're checking what day of the week is it, and they're like, oh, Friday's coming up. Star Wars in 60 seconds. It's going to be the best Star Wars coverage you could dream of, and I'm happy to provide that service. As I say, I realize that's now my calling on YouTube. Glad I don't collect any kind of troopers. They are not my thing. Me neither. There's also 5,000 of them. Literally 5,000 of them. And apparently one is never enough. You've always got an army build because Malibu Stacy with a new hat. Hello, collectors. Hello, Jazzy. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday to you. You just missed out on Star Wars in 60 seconds. What a shame. I won't be rehashing it. Apologies. Catch the replay. Always a treat. So, Helen's trying to get a bit fancy with the StreamYard. So I thought we would talk about releases that have impressed. Obviously not this thing. Not this thing. Because I took a moment to step back in time in 2025. And I wanted to look at what's come out, remind myself, because so much has come out. And I feel like there's been some amazing figures, and we've probably get a little bit of recency bias or bias towards the IPs that we like. So I just thought I would showcase 5 figures that I think are super impressive from this year. Spoiler, no Star Wars. And I know this might be controversial, but I want to say, not a great movie, fantastic figure. Like this Sam Wilson Captain America was a fantastic figure, is a fantastic figure. Like great likeness to Anthony Mackie. I love the improved engineering that Hot Toys has in the wings. You've got him in that cap suit. And it came out super quick as well. This is something that came out like only 3 or 4 months after the movie released, which I'm a big fan of. And like, is this probably going to be talked about as figure of the year? Probably not, but I still think it was a really solid release from Hot Toys, and one that I know came out early in the year, but I thought I'd take a second in my picks to highlight this because I do think it is a really amazing figure. There are only 4,999 Troopers Gs. I know, I don't pretend that I'm factually accurate with the Star Wars. I'm sorry. Hot Toys need to put out some OT Star Wars figures, Artisan Leia 2.0. I mean, sure. So, in my 5, Captain America. I think it's a great figure. And let me know. I want to know. You don't have to pick 5. You can pick 1. You can pick more. I want to know, like, figures that have been released this year, what has impressed you? Whether you're live, whether you're in the comments, I'm really keen to hear your picks as to what you think is on the list. Captain America Steve Rogers, no compromise. It's fair enough. I still think this figure looks fantastic. I'm a big fan of Steve Rogers, but I do think, as I say, what you think of the movie aside, I think the figure looks really good. Next, what do I have? Maybe this is a bit of a cop-out. I couldn't pick between the 2. I think both of these Terminator 2 figures are fantastic. Seriously, if I was collecting Terminator, I don't know that I could pick between the two. Like some of these photos just look so impressive to me. Like the likeness is really spot on. I'm pretty sure we're getting like real leather with the jackets, which is fantastic. So hopefully those outfits will have a lot of longevity to them. But I think both the clean and the battle damaged versions are just fantastic. And I do think these Terminator figures are two standouts that Hot Toys have had this year. Like you look at the battle damage, like there's some really impressive detail in it. And I feel like with some older Hot Toys figures, like I look at the battle damaged Mark 85 and a lot of people were quite annoyed at how soft that battle damage looks. And I don't think these Terminator figures suffer from that same issue. Like the battle damaged 85, as always, I don't think it was that bad, but I definitely do think there was a bit of a drop down in the level of detail in the battle damage. But this guy looks fantastic. As I said, I don't know how I would pick between the two if I was collecting these because I'm really impressed with both of them. AJ says, I couldn't pick between these two and I have the old DX10. It's hard choice, like seriously. And then like I know InArt's going to come out with some T1 stuff. I feel like T2 is probably a little bit more iconic to people, but seriously, like I feel like particularly in these last couple of months, Hot Toys standard has just been very, very high. So as I said, for me, not a Terminator fan, but I feel like when we are looking at, in a couple months' time, I can't believe it's almost the end of the year. I think these two have to be up there in conversations about what were some of the best releases that we had. I definitely think the Terminators are up there. I mentioned it before, the Wolverine. I think there's a lot to like about this figure. I think the hype for Deadpool and Wolverine is still super high. And there is a lot to like about this figure. I think all of the swap out pieces that you get with the head sculpt, the battle damaged sort of chest piece, the sleeved arms, really good likeness to Hugh Jackman. I'm even really digging the way Hot Toys is making the claws interchangeable between the gloves. I feel like that's a kind of cool little bit of evolution that they've had with their figures. And I think, like, you've got the silicone arms there, no joints. We always like that. It adds that little extra bit of realism. And they've done quite a few Deadpool figures, Deadpool Wolverine figures. I think this one is probably their best. It's one of those iconic looks people have been waiting for. And I think you see that now. Like so many people are experiencing FOMO for this guy. Didn't pre-order and now they're scrambling to find it. So I definitely feel like this will be up there for a lot of people. And I can appreciate how good this figure is. Again, it's I'm going to say this a lot, not for me, but I look at this and I am super impressed by how good it is. I just got the Nathan Drake re-release from Lim Toys. It's like a Hot Toys DX release. It's so well done and presented for third party. It's pretty high quality. Yeah, I mean, there's been some really good third-party releases this year. Not volume, so I feel like we're getting more quality than quantity. Like back in the day, I feel like between Toyzera and a bunch of other places, you had almost like a third-party release every week. Because even for me, I kind of debated putting some third-party figures in this because for me, I really love that Mars Toys Two-Face that I got. I think that's a fantastic figure. So Lim Toys, I feel like I've heard they're a bit slow, but the quality has been pretty good. Mike says, this Wolverine, I'm still waiting. Haven't gotten any updates since my delay notice. Oh, I'm sorry. But you've got it on pre-order, which means you're like a step ahead of a lot of people who are now trying to find it for collector-friendly prices, right? General Grievous and Artisan Widow got to be on my figure of the year list. Well, Bobby, I'm so glad you mentioned Widow. Because I feel like in my mind, and again, I know we all bring some IP bias to these conversations, I do feel like the Artisan Black Widow, to me so far, is what I would consider figure of the year. I think this is the best Black Widow we've got. I think the rooted hair is sensational. I love everything about this figure. And there was a part of me that had a lot of FOMO that I didn't get it. And I have to keep reminding myself it doesn't fit in with my collection. But I'm also hoping they do an Artisan Avengers 1 Widow. And then that's the one I'm all in on, because I need to upgrade my Avengers 1 Widow. But for me, the likeness is a huge, huge improvement on what we've seen in the past. The hair looks so good. I'm a really big fan of this figure as well. So this, I wouldn't have a list without this figure. And for me, this is my front runner for figure of the year. Grievous, I don't know. I won't see this till Christmas, no doubt. I'm pretty sure that's about Wolverine. Yeah, I hope you get it in time for Christmas. I'm not sure when the next pop culture batch is due, to be honest. I haven't really been keeping up with that because I don't feel like there's anything I've got coming up. So I haven't really been following them as closely as I have, but I hope you get it in time for Christmas, Ash. The Mars Toys Dr. Emmett Brown is also very good. Yeah, it is. It really is. Mars Toys is the new third-party darling, I feel. I feel like they have definitely taken the mantle from So-So Toys as the darling of the third-party world. Figure It Out says, no sign of my Phoenix Joker Artisan. Oh, come on, Sideshow. It's been released for months now. Oh, that's a shame. I think I mentioned this before. I didn't really realize that Sideshow has the word has just left my mind. Batches. The word is batches, Helen. Because I had that experience when I ordered the John Wick 4 exclusive version for Sideshow. Like, people were getting it in January and I paid mine off and I kept waiting and I didn't get it till like March. And I didn't realize, because like in Australia, like when Pop Culture gets their shipment, they get the whole thing. So if you've got it on pre-order, you know you're getting an invoice at the same time as everyone else. So that was kind of a new experience for me, to be in that situation of seeing all these other people getting it and then not having any idea how soon or far away mine was. And I like to feel like I'm a typically patient collector, but I didn't like how in the dark I felt, because Sideshow would just be like, it's in the window. And I'm like going, I can't believe that this is how things are done here. And I guess they're probably getting a lot more stock than Pop Culture is, but it just, yeah, very different to what I'm used to. Very different to what I'm used to. So I have to say, I did limit myself to 5, because I do feel like the bar for a lot of figures has been pretty high this year. And for me, these are 5 that I think really stood out. There's a lot of other figures. I know, there's InArt's release stuff, J&D's release stuff. So I'm keen to know if there's things from other brands that have impressed you. Absolutely feel like you can drop them in the chat or in the comments in the replay. I'm genuinely keen to know, because I feel like sometimes you need someone to mention the figure to be like, oh, that's right, that came out this year and that's fantastic. And that's the thing for me, because we do lag in Australia from Hong Kong release to when we get stuff. So I often have to go through Hot Toys posts to remind myself what actually came out when. Oh, Mike says, I can't help but think of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies whenever I hear the word batch. I don't know why I'm putting that out there anyways. I mean, I'd love freshly baked chocolate chip cookies more than Star Wars. I messaged Sideshow about my battle damaged Dark Vader, and they said it would be in the next batch. That's beautifully vague. That's beautifully vague. Good work, Sideshow. Good work. So what I thought we'd also do, and I want you to tell me yours. So these are my announcements I'm excited for. So these are figures that were announced in 2025 that I'm very hyped for. I've got them on pre-order and I'm patiently waiting for them to come out. So the first one is Artisan Bucky. I do have this special edition on pre-order with a reseller. Let's hope they don't do a William Wang. Did not love that I had to go through a reseller, but that was the only option I had. So I'm really hyped for this. I'm pretty sure we've got like genuine leather for this one as well. I love that the chrome arm is going to have pre-posed options, so you can just swap out the arm. I did repose my original Winter Soldier, and I feel like that arm gets a little bit stiff and hard to bend at times. So it does make me nervous when I have to pose him. And then also I've had to swap out the outfit because it flaked when I committed the cardinal crime of touching the sleeve, which is always a joy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I know some people questioning the rooted hair and the way it's styled. I think it looks better in some pictures than not, but I'm hoping Hot Toys will do an amazing job of it. And while I didn't put the picture in, I am also very hyped for the Strike Suit 2.0 Captain America. Is it a 3.0 or 2.0? I don't know. Because again, I was rearranging my Captain America Winter Soldier display, and I was looking at that original Strike Suit Captain America, and I always thought that was a nice figure. And I was looking at the body going, oh, this is not aged well. His arms are like, can't even get his arms down by his side. He's just proportionally so awkward. So yeah, I think both the upgraded Steve and Bucky, I'm really looking forward to. But this will be my first artisan figure. So that is an extra level of excitement for me. I've never owned one, so I'm keen to get Bucky. I hope he turns out amazing. And as I said earlier, I will laugh and laugh and laugh if Hot Toys down the road then does a sculpted version of him. That will legitimately make me laugh. Anthony says, when you receive a figure at the same time as most others, it makes you feel part of the community. But if you get it months later, you feel a bit left out. Yeah, I mean, it is an interesting experience. And I feel like for those of us probably in Europe and Australia, the third-party figures are probably where we're all in a similar boat of getting stuff at the same time. But then with the Hot Toys, it's just such a gap. Like, I was in Hong Kong in November last year when the DX32 released, and then I got that 6 months later. Like, I feel like no one cared about that figure anymore. And I was like, it's amazing. Look at it. And everyone's like, dude, like, it was 6 months ago. We've moved on. We don't care. So, yeah, I know what you mean. And this is where, yeah, you get that feeling at times with the third party or certain accessories and things like that. Like, I know it's been really cool, like even with the Osaka Continental diorama, like other people who received that and chatting about it, like that's really cool. Whereas, yeah, when you're getting something 4 to 6 months later, everyone's moved on and you're a bit like, oh, I still think it's cool. Mike says, I'm happy for you picking up this Bucky, Helen. I do hope they put out a sculpted version. If I can get it, I will definitely pull the trigger on Stealth Suit Cap. I mean, I would have, if sculpted was an option, I probably would have gone for that, not going to lie. But I really wanted an updated Bucky, and I had put off ordering the updated Strike Suit because I was like, if I'm upgrading Steve, Bucky needs to be upgraded as well. So I'm quite happy to have both coming. But yeah, I don't pre-order Hot Toys with resellers, so I'm not going to lie. This whole experience is not, I'm hoping it goes well, but I will not be making it a regular thing because this is just not, I like established businesses, not people on Facebook. Toy Collector says, looking forward to the Scorched Xenomorph to officially release. I think is that in the Q4 list? Maybe. We'll look at the Q4 list in a minute. Figure It Out is looking forward to Robo-Kane. I think that's a few people looking forward to. I think Gilbert said he was looking forward to Robo-Kane. Akira says, Widow is amazing, my figure of the year. Yeah, for me at this stage, I am, who knows what else they'll release, but so far for me, it's definitely that Artisan Black Widow. Gilbert's got Kane, Robocop, Bucky, Grogu Life Size, Harley Quinn. Oh, which Harley, Gilbert? Is that the Suicide Squad or just Suicide Squad? Because we've got 2 Artisan Harleys coming up, so I'm keen to know. So Bucky, I think I've got 4 figures on this list. So Bucky is definitely an announcement I'm excited for. You know, I love the Dark Knight trilogy, and this Scarecrow is something I'm definitely excited for. I think Hot Toys is definitely doing this figure justice. We're getting 3 head sculpts, so we're finally getting an unmasked head sculpt, which I know is probably going to be a kit basher's dream. And then we're getting 2 Scarecrow masked sculpts. So one has the sort of maggots and whatnot coming out of it. So I think this is cool. I have that original one. It's okay. But I mean, as we know, things improve with time. And I think definitely the tailoring of suits is something that Hot Toys has definitely improved a lot on over the years. This comes with some, as I say, 3 head sculpts. And I'm really looking forward to being able to give my Scarecrow an upgrade. And I'm thinking that maybe I might, the original one with the sort of trench coat jacket, I might put one of the new head sculpts in and give that a bit of a facelift, and then just keep this version just in the suit with the head sculpt and have it more as the as Crane. So that's what I'm thinking at the moment, although space pending, because my Dark Knight shelf is pretty at capacity at the moment, so I'm not sure. Gilbert's got the Harley from the first movie on pre-order. Okay, that's cool. Haven't got Scarecrow 2.0 on pre-order yet. That's fair enough. I'm not sure when this is meant to release. I feel like this has still got a while to go, but yeah, when I saw this, it was absolutely no-brainer. I've got to get this one. So Scarecrow was definitely one I'm very hyped for. And then I can't believe I'm in this timeline where I'm hyped for Batman and Robin, but I'm in for a penny in for a pound with my 89 to 97 collection. And this came out of nowhere. Like, George and Chris came out of nowhere, and I felt very fortunate that we were going to get every version of Batman from movies, because George was that missing piece. So I was like, okay, this is incredible. They're giving us, George Clooney Batman and the Chris O'Donnell Robin. Never could I have imagined that they would also do Mr. Freeze in both a deluxe and standard version. So this is another one I've got on pre-order. Super keen to see how it comes out. There was a third-party figure that came out. Looked okay, not great. So Toys, of course, did the lounge version of Mr. Ice, which does look fantastic, long sold out and very hard to find. But I mean, I think this is the version that most people would want, and I can't wait to get it. I've got the deluxe version on pre-order. I do not envisage I'm going to use the wings or any of that stuff, but for me, I always feel like if there's a deluxe version, I'm typically going to go with the deluxe version, so I've got all the bells and whistles if I choose to use it. So Mr. Freeze is definitely another 2025 pre-order announcement that I'm excited for. And this last one should really come as no surprise, given I talked about the fact I was watching this movie before the stream started. John Wick Chapter 1. This is another one. I just didn't think Hot Toys would go back to do this. So shout out to J&D, because you guys making a Chapter 1 John Wick is probably what got Hot Toys to decide to go back in time and make this. And I am so excited for this release. John Wick with slicked back hair, 2 outfit options. You've got a ton of weapons he's going to come with. I'll be honest, I've been having a bit of dilemma not knowing to get the sculpted or the artisan. And I feel like so many people are like, oh, this is the artisan, where you don't really need it because the sculpted one is just as good. But it's artisan and it's John Wick, and I don't know what to do. There's a world where I can picture myself getting 2 sculpted and an artisan, and I'm not even joking. I'm really, like, I haven't pre-ordered yet because I cannot make my mind up. Because I know everyone's like, oh, the hair's so similar, but I'm like, it's the FOMO of the artisan. Howie Claus, you little marketing genius. Like, In any other world, I would not have a problem, but because it's an IP I care about so much, I'm sitting here flip-flopping, and it's what? I'm not joking when I say it's probably like a $330 price difference between the two. So I could almost get my two sculpted ones for the price of the artisan. Still can't make up my mind. Still can't make up my mind, Howie. Because then I don't know if Howie's going to then be cheeky and finally give us Eve Macaro. Will he do chapter 3? I don't know what he's going to do. He's an enigma wrapped in a riddle. He's not going to tell me what he's doing. How can I guess? How can I know? These are the things that spin around my head all the time. Figure It Out says, I'm hyped for any Schwarzenegger figure, to be honest. I'm an 80s kid, so he's the GOAT for me. Is it Caustic Plastic that's doing that Conan the Barbarian? Are you getting that as well? That looks super cool. Arnold Freeze, I seem to have an area of my brain that's blocked out, so maybe that's why I don't know anything about this. Look, I think Mr. Freeze is going to go into that category of horrible movie great figure. 100% that is what's going to go down, because I made myself rewatch. I think I've said this before. I made myself rewatch Batman Forever and Batman and Robin last year. This was when I was deciding, am I going to go beyond Keaton Batman and get the what I call the 89 to 97 collection? And I have to say, when I rewatched Batman Forever, I was like, oh, okay, no, that's not as bad as I thought it was. Batman and Robin, I was like, oh, no, this is terrible. This is not a good movie in any way, shape, or form. But do I have all of those figures on pre-order, including the Mars Toys Bane? Yes. Yes, I do. What am I thinking? Oh, Bobby, Howard is the high table and no one defies the table. Howie is the high table. He absolutely is. Toy Collector says, although not officially announced, but we know it's coming. I'm really looking forward to that inner Catwoman. Oh, that's enough. Yeah, I am keen to see a final prototype. I really want to see her with the goggles, but that's a great one, Toy Collector. I really want to upgrade my Catwoman if I can. I've still got the Hot Toys 1.0. Didn't particularly love the 2.0. But if that comes out, and as I say, when we see that with the goggles, if that's looking good, I'm going to be very tempted, particularly if it's going to come with like leather gloves and boots. I think that would be a big plus, because I'm worried that my Hot Toys one will flake. So I try to not even touch it, because my Winter Soldier lasted till I touched it. So I'm hoping that they pick some more durable materials, and I'm hoping they can get that looking really good, because I feel like of all the things they've announced or they've hypothesized about, the Anne Hathaway Catwoman is definitely the number one thing I'm interested in. I don't even know if they're doing anything else that I am interested in. I think it is the Catwoman at this stage, because they're talking about a Christian Bale Batman, but when is that coming out? I don't know. They don't seem to be in a big rush to want to do that. Shuri, where you been? We're talking about Catwoman and you turned up. This is brilliant. Good timing, Bubby. You going to say hello? Okay, you don't know what you're going to do. Well, it's nice to see you, little one. I was wondering where you were. Yeah, Catwoman, definitely, definitely. JB says, Dante apparently predicted Hot Toys are working on a Pfeiffer Catwoman the other day. Oh, did he? Because this is my thing, JB. When Hot Toys showed the Bat Missile, I was bracing myself at that point in time to then see the Pfeiffer Catwoman and the Danny DeVito Penguin. But the Bat Missile was announced. The Bat Missile was cancelled. We had the 85th birthday of Batman thing. Not a peep. I wanted them to give me some sign of life for that. I don't know. It did surprise me, because I was expecting those, and then we got Mr. Freeze. So this is where I was like, okay, would they then do Freeze and Poison Ivy, but then they've made that announcement, I feel like it was quite a few months ago, and then like nothing since. So I don't know if Mr. Freeze is just like the last piece of the puzzle we're getting, or is there something else? Because I'm in. Like, someone give us an Alicia Silverstone Batgirl, not the ice suit, please and thank you. Dante also said the Ford Taurus from RoboCop is coming. So, look, people have sources. How credible are they? How credible are they not? I don't know. I'd be down for Hot Toys doing it. I just feel like they would have given us some kind of a teaser or something if they were. Because, you know, look at the way they dropped John Wick Chapter 1. Like, JND posted, and then, like, Hot Toys posted like 11 o'clock at night. They never do that. Like, I'm in the same time zone as Hong Kong, so I'm very used to knowing the time figures get announced and dropped. And 11 o'clock on a Friday night is not typical for them. So I feel like if they were going to do it, they would have given us some teaser or something. I don't know. Helen, put Howard's name in the Tim Tam giveaway. He'll give you the scoop. Look, I know where the Hot Toys office is in Hong Kong, and there's a part of me that's like, do I go there with Tim Tams and a Make a Koye sign, or would I get arrested? I don't know. I don't know that I really want to take gambles in China, but I mean, you know, I'd love to sit down with Howie over a packet of Tim Tams and just have a chat. Like, I think that would be any collector's dream. My goodness, Hot Toys should do that as a prize. I would pay for myself to get there. If they were like, you've got to cover your own flights, accommodation, and you get to spend a day with Howie, I'd be down. I would totally do that. JB agrees Dante requires a pinch of salt. Your words, not mine. Jaron says, the one in-art figure I've been waiting for like over a year to see announced was the Selena Kyle Dark Knight Rises. It's the one I really need. I do want to see how Jazz Inc. Catwoman Julie Newmar comes out as well. That's fair enough. I feel like there's a lot of interest in those older Batman figures. So we'll see how they go. Collection obsession. Great figures can come from not so great movies. Agreed. And that was my point with the Sam Wilson Captain America. Great figure, not so great movie. Mike says, speaking of inner IPO, they're Wonder Woman, which is my first figure from them. I heard you have to do a video unboxing to prove everything is in order. Is that true? Is it? That's the first I've heard of that. I mean, I've never heard that before. It's funny, when I got the Mojang Toys Osaka Continental diorama, the box actually had all this writing in Chinese, which I obviously couldn't read. So I put the old Google Lens over it, and it was saying something to a similar effect. It was recommending that you video the unboxing in case of any issues. And I was a bit like, oh God, should I be worried about this? They were fine, thankfully. But yeah, I have not heard that. So I don't know. But then I've only bought one in-art figure as well, and that was the Joker. And mine certainly didn't have anything about videoing the unboxing, so I'm not sure. Helen, no matter what, you would have to record Howard attempting a Tim Tam slam. That would be priceless. I mean, if I did a Tim Tam slam with Howard, I feel like I could die pretty happy, not going to lie. That's a money can't buy experience. Tim Tam slams with Howie claws. What a treat. Yeah, Wukong figures have that label. Oh, really? I think the Wukong outfit seems very intricate and big. That's a great description. So yeah, okay, fair enough. A few posts about it on Facebook. Fair enough. I've probably not been as dialed in on the Wukong stuff, but I mean, interesting. Okay, as I said, I hadn't seen that, so there you go. That is interesting. But guys, let me know, what announcements from 2025 are you excited for? as I said, whether you're in the chat or you're watching on the replay, I want to know what you think. So these are 4 from this year for me. Obviously, there's some older things I've got on pre-order that I'm definitely excited for. We're going to talk about them next because I found the list that Jurgen Schultz shares on Facebook. So shout out to him about what is coming out for the rest of the year. And I was pleasantly surprised that there's actually a few things I have on pre-order that are due to be released in quarter 4. Even if they get released in quarter 4, I'm probably not getting them till 2026, which is a bummer. That's the story of distance. It is what it is. That's fine. Bobby says Caustic Plastic / Maestro doing Conan and the Crow are great. Crow to be fully shown next Thursday. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. I used to love that movie back in the day. I remember I feel like I was in year 9 and I skipped school and I went to the cinema and I saw The Crow. Don't tell my mum. It was a good day. All right. We can still talk about stuff. Howie doesn't need to make announcements. We can still jibber jabber about figures. So once again, shout out to Jurgen Schultz. He shares, let me get rid of that banner. All the updates really regularly about what's due to come out in each quarter. And I love seeing these updates because I am really bad at keeping track of this stuff. So I think it's amazing that we've got people in the community who do these updates for us. It's like a brilliant community service. And I think there's some really cool stuff that's due to come out in this 4th quarter. So as I said, pleasantly surprised. I had a few things on this list. So we've got the Dark Knight Batman, which I have seen in person. Super impressive figure. We've got God of Stories. Am I getting that right? Loki. I feel like I've already forgotten what he was called. So that comes as a standard and an artisan. We've got some Hono figures. We've got Spider-Man and Troopers because all the Troopers all the time. Darth Vader because, again, why not? We've got some more Batfleck. We've got the TVA Wolverine, which unfortunately Quacky Chan is overlaid on. So apologies, Deadpool and Wolverine fans. But I feel like TVA Wolverine is another one people looking forward to. Got Iron Man. We've got the Iron Spider, which is the Endgame version, which has an artisan to that as well. So I'm keen to see how they go with shorter hair for an artisan release. That'll be interesting. Chewbacca. Why the hell not? Chewbacca. I've got Beetlejuice. We've got the Batman Returns. Batman, I'm hoping that soon. Like, I checked the Australian distributor, and of course, I know things get delayed, but that was originally scheduled to come out in September. So I'm hoping this is not far away. I would love nothing more than for the Batman Returns to be not far away. I'm so hyped for it. So yeah, I'm hoping Batman Returns is coming. Goodness, this other Spider-Man, which I'm struggling to see. Apologies. We've got the Suicide Squad Artisan Harley. Not one that I have on PO, but I am super keen to see how they go with that likeness. For me, I don't know that it was quite there. X-23, Strike Suit Cap, which, as I said, hyped for because I'm hoping it'll be a big upgrade on the original one that I have. Is that the Scorched Xenomorph? Potentially. I'm thinking next to it is something Star Wars, lol. George and Chris. Would love to see George and Chris. Not before Keaton, but still keen for them. So yeah, I've got 4 things on PO from this list, which is awesome. Wednesday has already come out. Darth Small's cousin with the yellow. I forget what he's called. We've got the Moon Knight, which includes the artisan version that I know a lot of people will be hyped for. Trooper things, Star Wars things, Nightwing. There's quite a bit coming up. So I'm keen to know, like, what do you have on pre-order? What are you looking forward to being released? I do feel like I've got the list, so let's do a quick scan because I couldn't see all of the pictures, so apologies. So as I mentioned, we've got God Loki. I think that's the Mark. Is that the Mark 42? Iron Man, Iron Spider, Amazing Spider-Man. Sorry, that was the one I was missing. So we've got the Amazing Spider-Man. We've got the anti-venom suit Peter Parker, Mr. Knight, Moon Knight, Spider-Man homemade suit, which is the Hono one that we saw. Clone Commander Wolf, is that the one that came out today? Pew Pew, I think that one came out today. There's some other troopers coming out from both Hono and Hot Toys. K2SO. I'm guessing that was that sort of creature-y thing. And then the Armored Batman, Beetlejuice, Scorched Xenomorph, I was right. Jinx was another one that I missed. Apologies. So the breakdown, DC Others is more than Star Wars. What a treat. So Marvel, 15 releases, Star Wars 10, DC Others 12. So we've got 37 releases that we are anticipating to round out the year. And then who knows what they might do as far as exclusives and quick drops and stuff like that. Like Hot Toys has really been keeping us on our toes this year. So I'm keen to know what in this list are you looking forward to? What have you got on pre-order? Let me know. Mike says, gee, I forgot about half this stuff still waiting to be released. Yeah, it gets a bit like that. It really does. Like even that the Endgame Iron Spider, I was like, oh wow, that was a while ago. Like I just sometimes forget about things that are coming up. If they're not things that I'm interested in, it's like, oh yeah, that's a thing. Collection Obsession says, if I have to create an unboxing video for every figure from a certain company, then that gives me cause for pause and concern about needing to do business with said company moving forward. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, particularly for a company that doesn't have global distribution and is really relying on resellers. It feels to me like there's still some people that struggle to get some customer service from InArt. I feel like I've seen the odd comments on social media where people have had to chase them. So it is a concern. It is a concern. I feel like for me, if I was getting InArt, I feel like I'm probably in a fortunate position that I can go direct or get it through Pop Culture. I feel like if you're going through a reseller, unless you've got an amazing reseller, maybe someone like Kit who seems to have a good track record at sorting things out for people, you probably are a little bit at the whim as to how good your reseller is and what their relationship is like with InArt. But I'm the same. I don't want to have to film an unboxing for every little thing I do. I mean, I'm probably lucky that I unbox things on the channel, but still, I don't think people want to have to be in that position. Toy Collector says, I only have Xenomorph on order, but I'm tempted by that Captain America too. Yeah, as I said, I know a lot of people were critical about the original strike suit, and it really wasn't until recently, because I've had it in, I've got it on the top shelf of a Detolf, so I haven't really posed it or done a lot with it. And then because this week I was rearranging that shelf, I was like, wow, this really hasn't aged well. And I think because I've got the Endgame 2012 cap as well, and that was such an upgrade on the original Avengers 1 cap, to then see that strike suit one, you're like, oh god, this is really showing its age. Mike says, I said it before on that Iron Man 3 Iron Man, I feel that one would have been perfect for an LED light up since it already has wires from the battery he comes with to the arc reactor. Just add a cable to the battery. Yeah, I think I still think there's a bit of room for improvement with some of the light up stuff. I would definitely love to be in a situation where you can connect the figure to the base and then it lights up the figure and it's rechargeable in some way. I know a lot of people do use the light up kits, but I personally, I don't like having the wires hanging out. It's a real put off for me. So I know as much as some people like the light up feature, I feel like having all the wires sort of dangling behind the figure sort of takes away some of the presence of it for me. Kira says nothing in that list pre-ordered, but if I had to pick one to have Iron Spider Artisan. That's fair enough. Mike says, out of all this, I just have the Wolfpack Trooper and Commander Wolf on PO. Stealth Suit Cap is still a possibility. It's going to be another one. It's going to come out and it's going to be amazing. And then everybody's going to be trying to get it. I'm calling it now. Seer, happy Friday, friends. Busy morning for me, but wanted to say hello. If the stream is still going strong in 30 minutes or so, I'll drop back in or I'll catch the replay later. Look, I'm not convinced I have another 30 minutes of conversation in me, but I appreciate you coming to say hello. Hope you're having a great day, Keith. And if you're watching the replay, drop a comment. I'm keen to know some of your thoughts on the questions that we have been posing tonight. Only Chewie and Keaton from this list fuel. Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Keaton Batman, not Beetlejuice. No, I got what you meant. Big Ribs here. Hello, Helen. Damn, I have 11 of these on pre-order. Are you a Star Wars collector? I feel like it's always the Star Wars collectors that have a ton of pre-orders. Mike says the base light up for figures is definitely the dream scenario for me too. Yeah, I think so too. I remember a few years back there were customizers that were doing the Iron Man and Rescue that had like the touch light up. I think Bob's got a couple of them, and I'm pretty sure they were rechargeable. And then you could just touch the figure and they would light up. And I think that's cool. So, I mean, that's what I would like to see personally. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm having to run cables and power supplies and all that. Like, there's got to be a way to do it a little bit more sophisticated and in a way that's not going to take over a display. So I can dream, right? I definitely don't think there's another half an hour in this week, Keith, because I'm pretty sure I'm getting to the end of my slides. So that's what we might expect between now and the end of the year. Some cool stuff, some stuff I'm definitely excited for. So we'll see how we go. And guys, my 1 year stream anniversary was on the 19th of October. And what better thing to do than to give away Tim Tams? This is the same packet as from that photo. Color me impressed that I haven't smashed them all. So competition is still open till Wednesday, 12 p.m. GMT +8, my time zone. So this video, which you can find on my YouTube channel, will give you a full rundown on how to enter. I've had about maybe 20 entries so far. So the odds are looking pretty good. You don't have to be live in the stream to claim your prize. I do try to be very mindful of how international this audience is, and I want everybody to have a chance to win. So we'll do a duck boat race, everybody's favorite thing, on next week's stream. And then the winner will get 7 days to reach out to me to let me know what Tim Tams they want, where to send them to. If I don't hear from the person, we'll redraw next Friday. So that's how we're going to do it. So even if you're someone that typically watches in the replay, still go ahead and enter, because you do not need to be watching the stream live to win. Try to make things accessible to people. So as I said, you've still got a few days to enter if you so desire. Big Group says, I do dabble in Star Wars. I don't do Troopers. Yeah, look, that's probably a good lesson for life, if I'm completely honest. Don't do Troopers. I literally think that's the end of my slides. Oh my goodness, it is. I always joke to cousin Anthony that it's going to be a short stream, and it never is. But I think this one's going to be a short stream, which is amazing. It's not typical for me to finish before midnight. So given it's a slower news week, I think I am going to wrap this up. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. Next week, I don't know what we're going to have in store. Hopefully, Howie Claus gives us a little bit more variety, not a couple of 11th hours Star Wars announcements. But, you know, I turned up. It's a shorter stream, but I turned up. I know some people were like, there's nothing to talk about, but people tell me consistency is key with streaming. So hence, I turned up. even when I thought there was going to be no announcements. I'm like, no, I'm committed to the cause. Oh God. Have a good weekend, Helen. Thank you, Akira. I'm sure we can fill another 30 minutes. What other delicious treats does Australia have? Oh my. Oh, that's hilarious. Shortest stream ever. Have a great weekend. Look, it is very short stream for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm constantly stunned at how long these things go for. Even when I say it's not going to be a long stream, I feel like anything sub 2 hours for me is not typical. But as I said, I'm gonna take an opportunity for an early mark. So forgive me, and next week we'll probably go back to our usual programming. Toy Collector, have a great weekend. You too. Thank you so much for coming to hang out. S Beam's still here. Good night, Helen. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for coming to hang out. JB, thanks, Helen. Always a highlight. I mean, I think Star Wars in 60 seconds is everybody's highlight. Big Rib, we should have a watch along on the next stream, maybe Star Wars movie. I mean, you guys can. I'll leave the YouTube on, and then maybe Shuri will come in, and I will admire the Star Wars lovingly from a distance in my bed while I'm asleep. That's what I can contribute to the Star Wars. Short or not, your streams are always appreciated. Have a great weekend, and see you next week. Absolutely. Back next Friday. As I said, don't forget Tim Tam giveaway next week. You got to be in it to win it. So have a great weekend, guys. Thank you for coming to hang out, and I will see you then. Bye.